Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. The person joining me today has been on A Troop for 2 seasons, Season 6 and Season 7. They had a ginormous crush on Piper, and in Season 7 they finally got her. And they also missed their flight to Dance Mania, which was a bit embarrassing, but he got there. That's right, Liam Mackie, aka Finn from The Next Step, will be joining me today.
What's up guys, it's Liam Mackie here. As you all know, I play Finn on The Next Step, Season 6 and Season 7. Today I am answering some questions with Charlie. He is going to run me through a little who said what, guess the reference, finish the line, ask me some questions, and yeah, Charlie, let's get right into it.
Amazing, thank you so much for joining me, Liam. So my first quote for you is, "I saw him in a way I never allowed myself before."
I saw him in a way I never allowed. I'm going to say, I'm guessing who said it, right?
Yeah. What character said it? Yeah.
Which character? Can I get a hint of which season it's in? Season 6 or 7?
It's in Season 7.
Season 7. Okay, I'll say Piper.
Yeah, it is Piper.
It is Piper? Okay.
It's when you ask Amy out on a date and then she's doing her parallel world solo and she's saying, "I'm starting to realise I've got feelings for him and everything."
Okay, yeah. There's lots of Piper pin quotes that'll get me every single time. So yeah, good one.
Yeah, so your next quote is, "I wish it didn't have to be this way."
Oh, I think Amy said that one.
It was actually Kingston.
It was Kingston. What scene was that?
So you weren't in the scene, you were in the episode. You're actually in the scene after, but it's to do with when Miss Angela was saying that Lily and Kingston can't be together, and it was in the episode when you and Amy were doing your camping trip thing.
Oh, okay. Well, you got me there. Good job. You puzzled me.
Okay, so your third quote is, "Whoever would go to those lengths to cheer you up must really love you."
Whoever went to the lengths to cheer you up must really love you. Whoever went to these lengths must really love you. To cheer you up must really love you. Okay, maybe one clue.
Okay, it's in the same episode as the camping trip one again, so it's in the same episode as the last quote.
Okay. Whoever went to cheer you up must really love you. I'm trying to think, like, who would say that they must really love you on the show? Oh man, I don't know. This is so embarrassing. I'm going to say I don't know what happens to that episode. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. This is so embarrassing. I'm just going to say final answer, locked in. I'm going to say Piper.
Henry.
Oh, it's Henry. Oh, dang it.
It's to do with, like, Amy's, it was like her auntie or something. It was like a special recipe of something, and Henry had told you basically what this recipe was, and then Henry was pretending that you, like, somehow knew, and he was saying whoever would go to those lengths to cheer you up must really love you.
That's right. No, I remember. It's a talking head, isn't it? Yeah, I know exactly. Oh man, darn it. Now that you say that, I'm like, oh, exactly. I know exactly what it is. It's a talking head. Okay.
So your next quote is, "Why is Piper smiling right now?"
Why is Piper smiling right now? Oh, I know this one. Why is Piper smiling right now? Who said that? Why is Piper smiling right now? I feel like it's I either said that or it's Henry. I'm gonna say Henry.
It was you who said it.
It was me? I knew it was me. Oh my goodness, this is so bad. I knew it was me who said it.
No, because you said that, like, it was either you or Henry, I'm gonna give you half a point because technically you knew. So I'm gonna be kind and give you. Yeah, technically you knew, so I'm gonna give you half a point.
Hey, every half a point, like decimal number, everything counts, you know? So that's perfect. Half a point, I'll take it.
So my next quote for you, this one's quite long, but it is presenting from the Dance Mania stage in an attempt to win Piper back, the one, the only Finn.
That's Aussie.
Yep, that is Aussie. That was when you were doing like, yeah, your song for Piper. What was it like singing the song for Piper?
You know what? It was actually, it was really, it was, it was challenging for sure. I've never sang before, to be honest, like in front of a camera, and I've never done it on like national television and all this type of stuff. So it was really cool to sing. It was kind of fun because Piper, Alex, has actually she'd never heard the song. So like her reaction to the whole, in an attempt to for Finn to win Piper back, it was like a natural reaction. So it was really cool. It was cool to kind of, yeah, do a little song and dance on the show. Yeah, it was just all around. It was pretty sweet. But very tiring. Singing and dancing at the exact same time. Oh man, the behind the scenes clip of me with my like shirt off and just trying to like cool down and just drink lots of water while Amy Wright, of course, was coaching me there, and she was like, yeah, do this bigger, this, that, and yeah, it was tough, but it was lots of fun. I really enjoyed myself. So yeah.
Yeah, that's like, well, it sounds like it was difficult, but it sounds like you said quite fun. So yeah, that sounds good. And it was a really good, like, it was quite a twist because I don't think the next step I've ever done singing and dancing at the same time, so that was really good.
I don't think it was ever, I mean, like, yeah, I don't think, the only time I can really think of was back in season 6 when they were doing the whole like promposal thing, and then Noah promposed to Jackie, and he did his little like guitar thing, he sang to her and all that. That was kind of cute. But no, he didn't dance, he just did his little guitar thing and sang to her and promposed, and that was that. And yeah.
Yeah. So my next quote for you is, thank you, I'd like to keep my job.
Oh, that's Chuck Anderson from season 6 when I was interviewing Chuck. That's right.
Yeah, that's it. I see, I wasn't sure if you get that one because it wasn't actually put in the episode, it was like a deleted scene. So I'm impressed you got that.
Yeah, it was a deleted scene, and actually that was like one of the last scenes that we filmed in season 6. It was. And yeah, that was honestly like such a fun scene to film because it was kind of just a scene that was like thrown together and whatnot, and we filmed it twice. Like it was just a quick scene. We filmed it. Everybody in Video Village, that's like the producers, the directors, the executives, the directors, everybody, they were, we could hear them, like we were saying our lines and they were just laughing their like heads off. It was so funny. It was hard to like keep your composure because Kingston and Ozzy were so confident that like, yeah, and I was like so nervous, but then I just came out on top and was just like, I was the one interviewing them. It was honestly probably one of my favorite scenes to film. It was pretty sweet.
Well, it kind of just shows that like sometimes even if you're confident, it's not gonna sometimes work out well. Because obviously Kingston and Ozzy, like you said, were really confident, but then once the camera went on them, they couldn't speak. So
yeah, exactly. I know. It's like sometimes no matter how confident you are, sometimes the nerves just get to you, or sometimes you're just like, what am I doing? I'm just so confident I don't even know what to say, you know?
yeah. So my next quote for you is, why aren't you answering your phone?
Why aren't you oh, this could go many different ways. Oh, why aren't you answering your phone? This is season 7, right? Okay. It's near the end of the season. It's got something. It's in the line of me like falling asleep, missing my flight to Dance Mania. I'm gonna say Kingston.
It was Emily, actually. It was when you two were at the airport and you were waiting for the plane, and then there was bad weather in Chicago and it got cancelled, and then Emily was on the phone to Nick saying, "Why aren't you answering your phone?"
Yes, and that was that when we? Oh no, that was when we were in the airport. Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember that scene actually. Oh, well, good job. You stumped me again.
So your next quote is, "I really miss A Troop."
I really miss A Troop. I really miss A Troop. I really miss A Troop, huh? Season 7?
Yeah, season 7.
Season 7. Yeah, this one's got my brain thinking for sure. Who? I'll say Rochelle.
Yes, it was Rochelle. Yeah.
It was Rochelle? Okay, yeah, because I was thinking, because it was either like I was confused whether it was between like, because Summer did she do, oh no, I'm not even gonna say it. I don't want to embarrass myself because I could be wrong. Because somebody, no, it was Summer that did the solo at like auditioned the solo at Dance Mania. So no, okay, I didn't embarrass myself. Yeah, because I thought maybe it was her, like man, I really miss A Troop. Here I am auditioning as a soloist, but no, okay, I didn't embarrass myself. That's good.
Yeah, it's Summer did betray the team, and then Rochelle did as well. So that's how it worked out.
Okay, wicked.
So your next quote is, "B Troop is killing it."
B Troop is killing it. Is this did a B Trooper say this?
I'll give you a clue and say no, it was an A Trooper. It was like when you were watching them do their dance and like the whole Who's Going to Nationals, where you were like watching them.
Was this at like the right end of the season?
Right, yeah, the last scene in the season this was.
Last scene, and they're dancing in Studio A, right? B Troop is killing it. Oh. See, now you've got me stumped because you've done so many different like who said what as like different characters, but then there's one that I said that now you got me thinking it's like maybe I said that. It's an A Trooper. B Troop is killing it. Oh, I don't know. I'll say Emily.
It was Kingston actually, because obviously Emily had already like left by then because she like said goodbye and walked off. But it was Kingston. He said that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's yeah.
Well, to be honest, anybody could have said it on A Troop. It's like a line which doesn't really have any relevance to him. So yeah, but we're getting to like near the end of the round. So I've saved the hardest for last, hopefully. Anyway.
Oh goodness. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Yeah, you've got one more quote left, and your final quote is, "Finn's not a bad guy. I'm sure once we get to know each other a little bit better, we'll be really good friends."
Oh. Oh my goodness. Finn's not a bad guy. Who the heck would say that?
It's in the beginning of the season, if that helps you in any way.
Finn's not a bad guy. I'm sure once. Oh my goodness. Who said that? You know what? Props to you, Charlie. You've got my brain really thinking this morning. You've got my brain thinking for sure. Finn's not a bad guy. I'm gonna say Amy.
Yes, it is Amy.
It is Amy? Okay.
So yeah, it was when you were like had a fallout, and then Amy realised it wasn't you in the bad, it was her. So she like apologized, and yeah.
Yeah, because I was stuck between, because there's one scene where Henry and I have a scene together, and I'm asking him for advice on Amy or something, I can't remember, and I was like, but I don't think Henry would say that, because I'm like, we're already like bros on the show, like we shouldn't, I don't think he would say that, but I was like, yeah, it could be him, and then I was like, but I don't really, like, Finn doesn't know Amy very well, so I'm gonna say Amy, so okay, cool, no.
Yeah. So in the first round, you scored 5.5 out of 10, so it's not too bad. You got over half, so that's quite good.
Okay, so that half a point got me over the halfway point. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's good. So we're now moving on to round 2, which is Finish the Line. If you are new to Who Said It, Finish the Line is kind of a new round for like the second season of Who Said It. And I am going to be giving Liam 10 of his lines off the next step, and he basically just has to finish them. There's like a word missing off the end. So your first line is, Piper, that was...
Piper, that was incredible.
Yep, that is right. Piper, that was incredible.
That was the scene where she's doing her solo in season 6, and I'm just like watching in the corner, kind of like without her even knowing that I'm there.
Yeah, that is it. Yeah, because I was watching her because I was looking for these earlier, and I was watching her solo, and then she was dancing, and then he just started clapping, and she just turned around like, somebody's watching me.
Yeah. And I think that was a scene where I think they had like written it in the screen in the script, where I was actually just supposed to like kind of tuck myself around the corner and watch, but then they're like, no, come like actually into the studio, and I think I actually caught her off guard. Maybe, I don't know. Ask Piper, ask Alex. She'll give you an honest answer.
Yeah. Yeah. So well done. You got one correct so far. So my second line for you is slightly longer, this one, and it is, Piper, we're meant to be. I mean, look, we're wearing the same
Colors.
Yep.
Colors. Yeah, because that's where we're doing that like promposal like match thing, and we match, and we're we're wearing the same maroon red color. Yeah, I know. I remember that scene. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's quite an iconic quote for you, to be honest. Like, wearing the same color.
Yeah. Finn doesn't have like too many like longer lines, so that was an easier one, Charlie. That was an easier one.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to give you some easy ones to start with, but by the end, I hope I'm challenging you again.
Yeah, okay. Well, so far I'm 2 for 2, but maybe not for long.
Yeah, you've got full marks so far. So your next quote is, great, that feels so...
Great, that feels so... Great, that feels so... Ooh, this one's tough.
This is the type of line where you could put so many words on the end of it, so...
Yeah. Great, that feels so... Oh, season 6? Is it in season 6?
Yes, it is season 6. Yeah, I remember this scene now.
It is season 6? Okay. Great, that feels so... Natural?
Awesome.
Great, that feels so awesome. Oh, is that where Piper and I are dancing in Studio 1 or whatever? And great, yeah, that feels so awesome. Oh, yeah, we're dancing together. Yeah, I know exactly what scene that is now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's to do with like the Leon Blackwood assistant duet thing.
Yes, and then Piper leaves, and yeah. Dang it. Okay.
Yeah, to be honest, I was trying to think what scene that was from. I forgot as well, so...
I know exactly what scene it is now, so... Well, good job. Okay, now I'm 2 for 3.
Yeah, you're still doing well. You're over half. So, my next quote for you is, I don't know what's going...
On?
Yep, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, that was where... Yeah, that was, I think, something to do with, like, Piper just leaving and Summer coming in and as my new duet partner, and then yeah, you'll
notice a lot of these lines are like from, well, I know they're all from season 6, but it was because I was watching a Piper and Finn season 6 scenes thing, so a lot of these lines will be from like a scene where you're with Alex. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, season 6 Season 6 is where you'll confuse me for sure, because it happened like 4 years ago. So, yeah.
Well, anyway, your next quote is, "Sorry, what planks are you talking?"
About?
Yep. Yeah, that's correct.
Sorry, what planks are you talking about? Yeah, that was the scene where Piper was like, she was like, you don't remember the planks that like Miss Angela was talking about? I'm like, yeah, what plank? Yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's right. Because Piper had a hard time in season 6 with her anxiety and Miss Angela and everything. So I think that was like, it was a good storyline, and like Finn was like a really caring friend, obviously, because obviously he did the Fruity Moons thing.
Oh yeah, the Fruity Moons. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what made Finn famous, the Fruity Moons. Okay, so your 6th quote is, "What are you talking about? You're a..."
What are you talking about? You're a star?
It's actually, "You're a dancer." It was at prom, and Piper was saying, "I don't dance," but then you were saying, "What are you talking about? You're a dancer," and then she was saying, "Party dance type stuff."
That's right. Yeah. That's, I remember exactly. Yeah. I don't know. Why did I say you're a star? Finn wouldn't say that. Oh well, whatever. Whatever.
Yeah. I can like get why you said that though, but
It makes sense in the sentence. Again, it was one of those things where like a lot of words could have fit in that sentence. So you stumped me again. So good job.
your next quote is, "Piper can try to avoid me, but I'm gonna get her to dance with me."
Tonight?
Yep, that is right. Tonight.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was. I think you two were sitting like at prom, and you were saying like, "I'm gonna eventually get her to dance with me," and I think you and Eldon had just like had a talk about like you keep asking her out or something like that.
Yeah, probably. Eldon had a talk with me, and he was like, "Hey, that's my best bud's sister. Watch what you're doing there, buddy." And Electric Eldon. Yep.
Yeah, you do like kind of what Electric Elder does. You do like your DJing, don't you?
Yeah.
Your next line is, "There's got to be a way I can help Piper chill."
Chill out?
Yep, that's correct. You're doing really, really well in this round. Like, you've literally nearly got all of them.
Thank you. Wicked. Hopefully, I think that's only 2 wrong, right? So far?
Yeah, you've got 6 out of 8 so far, so that's really good.
Okay. 6 out of 8. Okay, let's keep it rolling. I like this. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, we'll keep it rolling. You're on a roll. So yeah, that last line was when you were sitting in, like, I think it was in, what was the cafe? Shakes and Ladders in season 6, and I think you were talking about, like, I think Piper had said that she's gone fishing or something, and then you said, "Why don't we go later?" And she's like, "Oh no, I need to keep rehearsing," and then that was just before you showed her the Fruity Moons thing.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah. So your 9th quote is, "Everything about this video is..."
Everything about this video is embarrassing.
Yep, that is right.
Okay. And that's where I'm showing her the Fruity Moons thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that is right.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole Fruity Moons storyline and well, Piper did blurt it out to Michelle and Emily, and then it was like the locker room thing when everybody found out about that.
I know. Okay.
So you have one more line left. So if you get this right, it means that you have nearly got full marks. That'll be like 8 out of 10, which is really good. But 7 out of 10 is great as well. So your final line is, "What were you expecting it to..."
What were you expecting it to be?
Yep, it is.
Yes. Okay.
Because Piper has said something like, she said, like, she didn't think that was like what the secret was going to be or something, and then you were saying, "Well, what did you expect it to be?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's where I was showing her the Fruity Moons, and then I was like, "Yeah, what were you expecting it to be?" Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you've done very well, and you have got 13.5 out of 20, which is a very good score.
Okay, wicked. That is a very good score.
Yeah, that's well over half, so yeah.
Hey, you know what? If I'm over half, then I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's very good. I don't know what place it puts you. I don't know, but yeah, you'll definitely be in like the top. I think anyway, from what I can remember.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, that is the end of like the 2 rounds, and just to kind of finish things off, I've got 5 kind of Q&A questions. Very quickly, a shout out to Millie, my best friend, who gave me the questions. Thank you very much to her. So the first question I've got is, who do you look up to?
Who do I look up to? I would probably say, I mean, there's a lot of people that I look up to. My mom's a big inspiration in my life. My sister's cool. She's always there for me. But somebody I look up to would probably be my dance teachers. Yeah, anybody that's sort of inspirational in my industry, in the dance industry, the acting industry, the movie industry. Specifically, who do I look up to? I mean, Michael Jackson, his moves, I mean, he is the king of pop. Bruno Mars has some pretty sick moves. But yeah, again, my first hip hop teacher, Paul Otterbein, shout out Paul. He is probably my biggest inspiration. He got me to where I am today as a dancer for sure. So I would say I look up to him the most.
Okay, thank you. That's really interesting. So, my next question is, when and why did you get into dancing?
When and why did I get into dancing? Well, I got into dancing when I was about 3 years old. I mean, that was pretty like simple dancing back then. When like 3 years old, like you've only been walking for a little bit, so it's nothing too crazy. But I started taking it seriously probably when I was like 11 or 12 years old. I started to realize that I could make some money off of it. I could make a career out of it. So around the age of 11 or 12, I started taking it seriously. Started taking more classes, started training more, started getting connected with the people that were in the dance industry, like making money off of it, making a living out of it. And why did I start dancing? Well, my parents threw me into it when I was young because it was cheaper than childcare, like daycare. So they threw me into it because, yeah, it was, again, cheaper than childcare, and I just could not stop moving around the house. I had so much energy, and they're like, you know what, we got to put you into some dance lessons. So yeah, that's how I got started. And then as I got older, I just fell in love with it more and more, and here I am today.
Oh, thank you for your story. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing. So, my next question for you is, what is your favourite style of dancing?
What is my favorite style of dancing? You know what? Hip hop will always be my favorite, my number one style. But like, don't get me wrong, I love a nice ballet class because it kicks my butt. Like, it is probably one of the most challenging classes that you could ever take, is because it's so technical. But I love acro, not acro like bending in half and stuff and doing all these like weird quirky shapes with your body. I love flipping, I love tricking, I love all those different sort of tricks and stuff. So that's super fun, but hip hop would probably be my number one favorite style.
Okay, thank you. I know, like, when you were on the next step, you did quite a lot of hip hop, like, so, did you? I think you did do a hip hop solo.
I did, yeah, for the Stacy Carpenter scholarship. I did a little solo, but I don't think Finn. I mean, the other solo was the song and dance, of course, in season 7 to Piper. But no, I haven't. Finn hasn't really had a solo in Studio A or anything. So
Yeah, like, not an emotional solo.
no, not like a heartbroken solo or anything.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe if there's a season 8, you might have one.
Hey, you know what? Fingers crossed, season 8, baby. When is it gonna happen though?
Yeah, hopefully. Hashtag season 8 when though, everyone. You know, in every video I've filmed in the last week, we've all said hashtag season 8 when though, so that's good.
Yeah, I know. I think we're all saying it. We're all hoping for a season 8 win though, for sure.
Yeah, that would be really good. Okay, so your fourth question is, what is the funniest behind the scenes story that you kind of have from the next step?
The funniest behind the scenes story that I have from the next step, I would probably say I don't know if this really counts, maybe, kinda, I don't know. Well, I'll say it anyways, because I think it counts. But probably one of the funniest behind the scenes like stories of the next step would probably be my like audition for the show. When I auditioned for the show, I had never sent in what's called a self-tape, and a self-tape is basically where you film yourself, you tell them a little bit about yourself, you dancing, you acting, all this type of stuff, and then you send it off to the casting director. And I had never filmed a self-tape in my life, and so there I was in the dance studio, propped my phone up on the chair. I was talking to the camera, I was dancing, all this type of stuff. I put it all together. I combined all the video clips into one video. I sent it off, and I remember one of the people in the show. It was one of the executive producers or producers of the show, and they had told me that Liam, we're so glad that you came out to Toronto and we saw you in person, because your self-tape that you sent in was one of the worst self-tapes we have ever seen in our lives. Apparently the hat that I was wearing covered my face, so it was all shadowed and everything. The lights were terrible, like you could barely see me dancing. The audio was terrible, like just everything about the video was awful. So that was probably one of the funniest things, because a terrible self-tape still got me hired to the show, because I went out and I flew out to Toronto and did my thing, and I'd say that's probably one of the funniest things, knowing that I sent in a horrible self-tape and still got me the job. But I learned from that experience. I bought myself some proper lighting. I invested in a microphone. I invested in a backdrop. I got a professional setup now at home. So never again will I have a crappy self-tape. Promise all the casting directors out there.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that story. I think it just kind of shows that even if like things don't go your way like first time round, there's still a chance that you'll like get it eventually.
Well, yeah, totally. And like when I sent it off, my agent didn't say anything about it. She said it was good, so that's why she sent it off. And well, my agent at the time, I have a new agent now, but she it was like I sent it off, and the first try it didn't hit, so it didn't hit off. And then the second time around I flew to Toronto, and then it worked out, right? So yeah.
So my final question I have for you is, what was your reaction when you found out you got the role of Finn?
Oh man, I can remember this day so specifically. It's actually I had my Apple Watch on, and I was in ballet class actually at the time, and once I had auditioned for the show in Toronto, they told me that I would find out regardless whether I had booked the role or I had not. I would find out regardless within about a week. And then a week had passed. I still heard no info on if I had booked it or not. Like 3 weeks had passed, still nothing. A month had passed, still no info. I'm like, okay, this is really weird. And then a month and a half after I had auditioned for the show in Toronto, I got a call from my agent, and I was literally in the middle of ballet class, and I told my teacher, I said, I've got to go, I have to take this call. I might be going to Toronto for the summer kind of thing, right? And she's like, yeah, go, like I totally get it. And then she's like, just come back to class once you take the call. And then I'm like, yeah, I totally will. And so I took the call, and my agent was like, so Liam, we have some good and bad news. And I'm like, oh goodness, okay, what is it's regarding the next step, because my agent doesn't call me very often. She usually will just text me. So she phones me, and I'm like, yeah, it's regarding the next step. And she said, we have some good and bad news. What do you want to hear first? And I say, well, the bad news first. And she said, well, if I say the bad news first, the good news won't make sense. I'm like, okay, then tell me the good news. So she tells me the good news, and she said, yeah, so the next step would like to hire you as one of the main cast, and your name will be Finn on the show, kind of thing. And the bad news is you have to pack up your life in Vancouver and move to Toronto in 6 days. So, and I was just so crazy, like happy. I was excited. I was running around the dance studio, just craziness. I was just running around, like, so excited. People didn't really know why I was excited, because I didn't want to brag about, like, oh my goodness, I just booked a lead role in a TV series. Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. I was just kind of running around, like, just craziness. And yeah, so I was just so happy. And then I told all my buddies, and I had all my buddies over, and we just had a good time. And yeah, it was just so exciting and just so life-changing, to be honest. I mean, I can't even imagine where I would be right now if it wasn't for the opportunity to be on the next step. So yeah, I was just super excited to get the job, and it was just a phone call that changed my life. So it was really, 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 really wicked.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. But how did you kind of feel when they said you only have 6 days to like pack and go to Toronto? Were you a bit like, were you excited, or were you like scared, or like?
I mean, I was probably feeling every emotion possible. Like, I was excited, I was sad, I was nervous, I was happy, I was ecstatic, I was like all of these different emotions all at once. And I wouldn't say there was like one specific thing I was feeling at the time, because again, like who has ever been told you have 6 days to pack up your life and move to Toronto for 3.5 months? Like it's like, anyway, so it was a lot to take in. I was definitely probably most excited, if anything, because I knew that it was a huge turning point and opportunity in my career, to be able to move out and do what I did that summer, and for the next summer after that too. But I mean, to pack up your life here in 6 days, I mean, my mom came with me the first season when we filmed season 6. So she had like countless days of looking for a place to stay, and somewhat close to the studio and somewhat close to like downtown kind of thing, and something that was affordable, something that was appropriate to live in, and all this type of stuff. So it was definitely stressful as well. But again, it was, once you packed up your life, you packed everything that you needed into a bag and you took off, and it was it was probably exciting if anything. But like I said, it was a ton of emotions all at once.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. It sounds really fun, to be honest, kind of like going to a new place and filming.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I had never, like, I mean, I've had several layovers in Toronto where I just stay in the airport and wait for my next flight to go elsewhere, but I had never actually like lived in Toronto. So to live in a new city, it was definitely it took some getting used to, for sure. It took a couple weeks to get used to where everything was and figure out the transit system and the buses and the trains and all this type of stuff, and figure out Uber, because Uber was new to Toronto at the time, and Vancouver didn't have Uber at the time. So it just took some getting used to, but overall it was just, I mean, amazing. It was amazing, to say the least.
Thank you for like sharing all your stories and taking part in like Who Said It and everything. So my final kind of question for you is, who would you like to nominate to take part in Who Said It?
You know what? There's so many people that I can nominate right now. But I think somebody that I'll say his name, and it's going to be Isaiah, who plays Henry. I'd like to nominate you, brother. I'd like to see you get on some YouTube stuff ASAP. Get some questions fired your way. Who said what? Who said this? Finish the sentence. All this type of stuff. I nominate Isaiah Peck, who plays Henry, and yeah,
hopefully we can get Isaiah on and we'll see if he can beat your score. You never know.
See if he can beat my score of, what did you say, Charlie? 13.5?
Yeah, 13.5 out of 20.
Okay, 13.5. Okay, bro, you gotta beat 13.5 out of 20. And yeah, thanks, Charlie, for doing this. I was telling Alicia this as well. I know we as a cast, like, we're all busy at different times, but it's these little things that we love to do. We love to do them. They take up no time in our day. It puts a smile on your guys' face. It puts a smile on the fans' faces. We really do enjoy this stuff, and I can speak for the cast. I know we all love doing this stuff, and it's the least we can do. I mean, you guys give us a job. You guys watch the show. You guys support the show. So again, it's the least that we can do. So
yeah, thank you for saying that and everything. It does mean a lot, and thank you so much for coming. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, Charlie. Finishing the sentence, answering the who said what, all this type of stuff. It's been sweet. Answering your questions, getting to know me better. Yeah, it's been, I love it. I love doing it. So.
Oh, thank you. So thank you so much for coming. Bye.